What if I told you that giving up intimacy after 60 could silently devastate your body, damage your heart, cloud your mind, and leave you trapped in a fragile shell you barely recognize? Not years from now, but possibly within months. And once this decline starts, turning back the clock becomes almost impossible. I'm Dr. Thomas, a men's health specialist with over 30 years helping thousands of seniors reclaim their strength, vitality, and independence. I once watched a 74-year-old man pass away, quietly in his sleep, not from disease, but because he abandoned the very connection that could have kept him vibrant and alive. His death wasn't inevitable. It was preventable. Here's the shocking truth most doctors won't tell you. The very activity many older adults abandon, often through embarrassment, fear, or misinformation, turns out to be essential for protecting not just your sexual health, but your emotional stability, heart function, and even your basic independence. This isn't about desperately clinging to youth. It's about preserving your body's core systems for the years ahead. Today, I'm revealing 7 hidden dangers that strike when intimacy disappears, and how staying connected might be your strongest shield against premature aging. By the time we reach number 7, you'll understand why ignoring this warning could cost you everything that makes life worth living. Before we dive deeper, take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another life-changing health message designed to keep you strong, independent, and fully alive after 60. Are you finding this topic important? Type 1 in the comments if yes. Want different content? Type 0 instead. I read every comment, and your feedback shapes our future videos. Now, let's uncover the first and perhaps most overlooked danger. When intimacy fades after 60, the emotional toll strikes first, unleashing rising anxiety, profound loneliness, and the silent erosion of your inner peace. Hashtag danger number 1, rising anxiety and deepening isolation. I've seen it countless times in my practice, confident, engaged seniors slowly fading into shadows of their former selves, not from illness, but from losing intimate connection with life and others. It begins so subtly you'd never notice. A restlessness that wasn't there before. A tendency to decline social invitations. An emptiness in your evenings that arrives without warning. You tell yourself this is normal aging, but deep down, something fundamental is slipping away. When intimacy disappears, you're actually depriving your body of oxytocin, nature's own anxiety medicine. Without it, worry finds a permanent home in your chest, replacing calm with constant unease. The world grows colder. Your emotional resilience, that inner strength that carried you through life's hardest moments, weakens with each passing day. Over time, that mild discomfort transforms into something far worse: chronic anxiety, depression, and a bone-deep loneliness that no pill can truly touch. And this isn't just about feeling bad. The latest research confirms that ongoing loneliness dramatically increases your risk of heart problems, brain decline, and early death. Losing intimate connection isn't some minor life change. It's potentially catastrophic, silently undermining everything that keeps you healthy and whole. The truly frightening part? Once this downward spiral takes hold, breaking free becomes harder with each passing week. Every day, without meaningful connection, pushes you deeper into isolation that eventually feels inescapable. Do you recognize any early warning signs in your own life? Have certain relationships or activities started to slip away? Pay attention. These subtle changes might be the first alarm bells. But emotional health is just the beginning. When intimacy fades, another vital system begins to fail, one that most seniors don't notice until the damage is severe. Let's explore what happens next. Hashtag danger number 2, deteriorating heart health. I'll never forget Thomas, a 67-year-old former athlete still playing tennis weekly, until mysteriously his energy and stamina began to vanish. His diet remained healthy. He still walked daily. But one crucial element had disappeared from his life: intimate connection with his partner. What followed was a frightening decline in his heart function that shocked us both. Here's what medical textbooks won't tell you. Intimate activity isn't just about pleasure. It's literally exercising your heart. Each encounter functions as a perfect cardiovascular workout, improving circulation, lowering blood pressure, strengthening arterial walls, and delivering life-giving oxygen throughout your body. Without this natural exercise, your cardiovascular system begins to deteriorate. Blood vessels lose flexibility. Pressure rises silently. Fatigue arrives sooner during ordinary activities. Your risk of heart problems, stroke, and even sudden cardiac events skyrockets. What makes this particularly dangerous? The absolute silence of its progression. No pain signals this decline, just a gradual weakening most people wrongly blame on getting older when they're actually watching their most vital organ slowly fail. Once heart function declines, it steals more than your energy. It robs your freedom, independence, and potentially years you could have enjoyed if you'd only maintained this essential connection. Have you noticed yourself getting winded more easily lately? Finding everyday activities more tiring? Don't automatically blame age. Consider whether lost intimacy might be the hidden culprit. Unfortunately, your heart represents just one system affected when intimacy vanishes. There's another crucial aspect of your body that silently suffers, the very framework that allows you to move, feel, and maintain independence. Let's examine what happens next. Hashtag danger number 3, vanishing strength and mobility. I remember James, a passionate 73-year-old gardener who once spent hours tending his vegetables without fatigue. Over just a couple years, something changed dramatically. His energy vanished. His movement slowed. Activities he once loved became exhausting chores. When we investigated deeper, the answer wasn't age or illness. It was the hidden consequence of letting physical intimacy fade from his life. Here's the surprising connection most seniors never learn. Intimate activity maintains your body's movement patterns in powerful ways. It engages core muscles, promotes flexibility, and maintains joint function. When intimate touch disappears, even simple affection, your overall physical activity plummets without your awareness. Movement grows difficult. Stiffness settles in. Muscles gradually waste away, and your body loses the coordination and strength that once came naturally. This loss isn't merely inconvenient. It's potentially catastrophic. Diminished physical function triggers a dangerous cascade. Weakened muscles lead to falls, broken bones, hospital stays, and loss of independence that many seniors never recover from. Your ability to climb stairs, carry groceries, or even rise unassisted from a chair slowly disappears. And here's the cruelest part. By the time you truly recognize how much strength you've lost, rebuilding it becomes an uphill battle few can win. Ask yourself honestly, have everyday movements become more challenging lately? Do you avoid certain activities that were once effortless? This might not be inevitable aging. It could be your body responding to lost intimacy. But physical decline is just one part of this hidden crisis. What happens to your most precious asset? Your mind, memory, and ability to think clearly. Let's uncover that next. Hashtag danger number 4, accelerating mental decline. Margaret, a brilliant 71-year-old former teacher, came to my office troubled by something that frightened her deeply. "Doctor," she confessed, "my mind used to be razor sharp. Now I lose my train of thought mid-sentence. I forget names of people I've known for decades." Like countless others, she assumed this was just normal aging. But when we looked closer, we discovered a different cause. Years without intimate connection had slowly starved her brain of stimulation it desperately needed. Here's the connection neuroscience has confirmed. Intimacy directly fuels brain health. During moments of closeness, your body releases powerful chemicals that increase blood flow to your brain, activate neural pathways, and strengthen memory connections. When this stimulation vanishes, cognitive function begins failing. Thoughts become foggy. Words elude you. Names vanish. Even simple decisions feel overwhelming. Make no mistake, the danger here is profound. Mental decline isn't just frustrating, it's terrifying. It threatens your independence, undermines your identity, and gradually erodes your very sense of self. The latest research shows that isolation and lack of intimacy dramatically accelerate the onset of dementia and Alzheimer's. What begins as occasional forgetfulness can progress to serious memory loss that steals your personality and precious memories. Are you noticing words harder to recall? Finding yourself more forgetful lately? Having trouble concentrating on books or shows you once enjoyed? These might not be inevitable age-related changes. They could be warning signs of what happens when intimacy disappears. As concerning as cognitive decline may be, another silent danger lurks when intimacy fades, one that leaves your entire body vulnerable to attack. Let's discover what happens next. Hashtag danger number 5, collapsing immune protection. I still remember Edward, a vibrant, active 72-year-old who rarely caught even a cold. Over just a couple years, I watched him transform from robust and energetic to constantly battling one illness after another. The cause wasn't poor diet or lack of exercise. The real reason was something he'd never connected to his health. He had stopped being intimate, believing it no longer mattered at his age. But it mattered far more than anyone had ever told him. Here's the surprising truth research has uncovered. Intimate activity dramatically strengthens your immune system. During moments of closeness, your body produces specialized hormones and activates immune responses that build protection against viruses, bacteria, and even chronic diseases. When this connection disappears, your natural defenses begin to crumble. You might first notice more frequent colds or longer recovery times from minor illnesses. But gradually, it evolves into something far more serious. Increased vulnerability to pneumonia, dangerous infections, and complications that can become life-threatening. Immune decline happens silently, revealing itself in subtle ways. A fever that lingers longer than it should, a cut that heals too slowly. Small signs your body is losing its ability to defend itself. For seniors, these seemingly minor issues can quickly escalate into hospitalizations, loss of independence, and potentially life-threatening situations. Have you noticed yourself getting sick more often, taking longer to bounce back from simple illnesses? These changes might not be random bad luck. They could be directly connected to lost intimacy. But compromised immunity is just part of the story. What happens when your body's natural healing rhythm, restful sleep, gets disrupted too? The consequences might shock you. Let's uncover what happens next. Hashtag danger number 6, shattered sleep and crushing fatigue. Catherine, a lively 76-year-old community volunteer, gradually lost the sparkle in her eyes. During appointments, she complained of endless nights staring at the ceiling, waking exhausted, and feeling like her body simply wouldn't recharge properly. What neither she nor others recognized was that the absence of intimacy had silently dismantled her body's natural sleep regulation. Here's what sleep researchers have discovered. Intimate activity naturally triggers powerful relaxation hormones like oxytocin and prolactin. These chemicals reduce stress, calm your nervous system, and guide your body into deep, restorative sleep. When intimacy vanishes, your body loses this natural support system. Falling asleep becomes an uphill battle. Nights grow longer and more frustrating. Even when sleep comes, it's shallow and broken, leaving you as tired at dawn as when you went to bed. The danger extends far beyond simple tiredness. Chronic sleep deprivation accelerates brain aging, weakens immunity, damages heart function, and intensifies emotional instability. It's not just missing good sleep, it's undermining your body's entire ability to heal and maintain resilience. Night after night, the damage compounds, eroding your health from the inside out. Are you finding sleep more elusive lately? Waking up feeling unrefreshed despite sleeping your usual hours? Before blaming stress or medication, consider whether lost intimacy might be the hidden culprit. But if disrupted sleep drains your vitality, imagine what happens when the most personal aspect of your body begins to fail, the very part connected to your deepest sense of identity and aliveness. Let's uncover the final danger next. Hashtag danger number 7, permanent loss of sexual function. William, a vibrant 68-year-old who still felt youthful and energetic, sat across from me 6 years later, completely devastated. "Doctor," he confessed, his voice breaking, "I never imagined this would happen to me. Now, nothing works anymore, not even with medication." It wasn't a sudden change. It was years of gradually abandoning intimacy, years of telling himself, "At my age, what's the point?" But the body keeps precise accounts, and eventually it collected the debt. Here's the brutal truth medical professionals rarely explain. When you stop being intimate, you risk permanently losing the physical ability to respond at all. For men, reduced activity leads to restricted blood flow, deterioration of erectile tissue, and declining nerve sensitivity. For women, it causes vaginal tissue thinning, dryness, and painful responses to touch. Your body's intimate capabilities require regular engagement, and when neglected, they deteriorate exactly like muscles that atrophy from disuse. The tragedy is that once this physical deterioration sets in, reversing it becomes extraordinarily difficult, sometimes impossible. It's not just missing pleasure. It's losing a fundamental aspect of yourself connected to your confidence, emotional well-being, and sense of being fully alive. Without regular intimate activity, your body gradually closes pathways that once allowed you to feel responsive, connected, and vital. Have you noticed changes in your body's ability to respond to touch or intimacy? Are certain sensations diminished or responses slower? These aren't inevitable age-related changes. They're warning signs of what happens when intimate connection disappears. Sexual health after 60 isn't about chasing lost youth. It's about preserving your capacity to experience life fully, feel deeply, and remain vibrantly connected to yourself and others. Surrendering this without understanding the consequences means giving up far more than most people realize until recovery becomes nearly impossible. The choice remains entirely yours. Understanding what's truly at stake is the first step toward protecting not just your physical health, but your spirit, identity, and quality of life in the years ahead. Hashtag conclusion. 7 serious consequences of abandoning intimacy after 60. If you stayed with me through this journey, you now understand a profound truth. Intimacy in your later years isn't optional pleasure. It's essential for survival, strength, and living well. Abandoning intimate connection after 60 isn't some harmless, inevitable part of aging. It's a choice that triggers a cascade of devastating consequences: escalating anxiety, weakening heart function, diminishing physical strength, accelerating mental decline, compromised immune protection, shattered sleep, and the permanent loss of sexual response. Each change begins subtly, easily dismissed as normal aging, but they aren't inevitable. They're largely preventable and deeply connected to maintaining intimate connection with yourself, a partner, and the vital energy intimacy represents. You're not passively growing older. You're actively shaping your future with today's choices. Maintaining intimate activity, whatever form that takes for you personally, isn't some luxury. It's a crucial pillar of your emotional, physical, and cognitive well-being. Here's the hopeful truth I've witnessed countless times. It's never too late to reclaim this essential part of yourself. Even if you feel disconnected now, even if years have passed, your body and mind possess remarkable capacity to respond when given proper attention and care. Intimacy after 60 doesn't need to mirror your younger years. It can evolve, deepen, and enhance your life in ways you might never have imagined. I urge you with all my heart, don't passively accept decline as inevitable. Fight for your vitality. Fight for your independence. Fight for the parts of yourself still capable of connection, pleasure, and joy. The choice is yours alone, and the life you save will be your own. What one step will you take today to maintain or reclaim this vital connection? Even small actions can trigger powerful healing. Stay strong, stay connected, and remember, the most important victories are often won quietly, in the private corners of your heart and health. If this information helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe. It helps others find this potentially life-saving information too. Type 1 in the comments if you found this valuable, or 0 if you'd prefer different topics. I read every comment, and your feedback shapes future videos. Thank you for watching, and here's to living your absolute best life at every age.